We instead of going to Guntur, we came to Vijayawada in time. That thanks to your secretary Suresh. I have come to Vijayawada for 3 or 4 times during my tenure as General Secretary. One time at a book exhibition where I met our former MLC, both of you, Balasubramaniam and Dr. Krishna Garu. And also there was a Children's Science Festival was going there, very really enjoyable. After that, I came to social media workshop for the All India level here. Now this is another time I am visiting the Vijayawada. Hope Srinivas may come and join with us. Now I have a great pleasure to introduce the Future of India campaign in this state committee by giving the opportunity to me. I will present the concept of the Future of India and what are the contents inside, and also our Joint Secretary and Regional Secretary, Comrade Koimanaji, will put out the implementation part of the Future of India. This must be discussed at the state level as well as at the district level and make the program very success. Before going to discuss our Future of India, the Future of India depends upon the future of the world. But the future of the world is frightening and also worrying because of the regional wars that are going in the world. Israel attack on Palestine for the past more than 1 year, and the Israel attack on Lebanon. Now Israel attack on Iran with the help of America, and there is a war going on in the Ukraine and Russia area. This is very disappointing and worrying. These are regional wars. Whether it became a full-scale world war or not, that is decided by the China and the Russia. That's why they are not coming into the war so far. Many of the people asking why China and Russia are coming into the field, in the battle field or any comments, because it will go for a full-scale world war. That world war is actually wanted by this American President Trump. But this is being prevented only by the silence of Russia and China. But anyhow, they are helping indirectly to these war-affected countries. They are not going for war. They are war-affected countries. They are helping. The future of the world is going towards a neo-colonialism. That means occupying different nations' governance, taking over the governance of the different countries in the world. This is called neo-colonialism. Instead of coming over here like British or any other colonial countries earlier, they will rule. They want to rule the countries which are having resources like oil, minerals, forest wealth, etc. They want to take over the governance of the countries, and that's why this is called neo-colonialism. They want rulers in each country to get the orders from the United States or get the orders from the Donald Trump. He wants to be a one person. He wants to create one world, one person rule. That's why this is called neo-colonialism. Donald Trump army entered into the Venezuela and captured the President Maduro and his wife. And now the resources are under the control of the military of the USA. Though it is ruled by the successor of Maduro, but the oil resources are under the control of the United States. Venezuela is the richest resourceful states. Not only oil, a large amount of oil is there. in addition to the oil, they are having various mineral resources. That's why Donald Trump captured the Maduro, and he has almost captured the resources of the Venezuela, not the party, not the country rule. That's why in Iran also there's a war because of the resources, because of this oil resources. Trump tells that change the ruler. That is the only result he wants for every country. For Iraq, change the ruler. For Lebanon, change the ruler. For Syria, change the ruler. Iraq, that ruler was almost was killed by the American army. Here also, today they are also telling that you change the leader, there will be no war. But people are on the way to change the leader by their own revolution, by their own agitation, etc. was going on. So many women are under arrest and etc. They are under punishment. And there are violence in Iran. But when once America attacked the Iran, all things have gone. They are united. Now the people of Iran are united, not ruling by United States. They were protecting their hospitals, schools, energy fields, oil fields, etc. So this is a situation in the overall world, and also the neo-fascism. That means we are having rules and regulations. We are having organizations to control wars, to bring peace. There are various organizations, UNO, WHO, then INFCC, UNFCC. These are the organizations are there. UNICEF is there, International Court is there, but all are sidelined. Not this America is not going with the international laws. So this is called as neo-fascism. There were no bodies earlier in Hitler during their period, etc. But there are certain regulatory bodies are there. They are bypassing the rules. They are not obeying to the rules of the international laws. That's why it is called as a neo-fascism. And also we are going back to the barbaric attack. It's not here. There is no decency in war. That rules rules of wars are not followed. They should not attack hospitals, schools, people residing, residents, etc. But they are attacking all this. They are attacking the schools, hospitals, even in Palestine as well as in the Israel, Lebanon. So this kind of war is going on. This is called they want to kill the rulers. They killed Iraq president. Now also they killed the president of Iran. Just like the earlier war, where the tribes killed the rulers and captured the power. Like that, this kind of war is to kill the rulers. Iran or Venezuela. In Venezuela also it will happen. So this kind of barbaric war is going on. Killing the rulers, democratically elected, whatever it may be the elected. So our future of the world is very frightening. If Russia and China enters into war, it will escalate into a international war or world war, etc. But they are keeping outside the purview of the war. This is a feature of this is a status of the global or world today. That same situation is here in India that we have to discuss. Now, for example, here the Prime Minister is not captured or not arrested, but he is obeying the rules of the Donald Trump. Almost it is a house arrest like this. You have to follow the policy of the United States. You have to get permission where to buy the oil, where to buy the materials, where to have trade, where to have export and import. All these are decided by the Donald Trump. In India also, though it is not captured the leaders as well, there was no war on India, but the situation is same. What happened to Maduro is also happening today, but he is not arrested by the Donald Trump. He is obediently obeying the orders of the United States. And under this condition, we are going to see how will be the future of India. Our future of India, we want to build. What would be the future of India? As already mentioned, the Future of India campaign had been inaugurated in February 28th at the national level. Now it is going on in various states. It's an all India coordinated program. Here the slogan for the program is, we want a better tomorrow. Now the situation is not good. It is worsening day by day. There is no progress in every field. We have got progress for the past 70 years or 60 years. That progress, though it is very limited, but there was some kind of hope and progress in the last 50 to 60 years. But nowadays, there is no hope for progress. Only we can see regress. Hence, All India People's Science Network wanted to talk to the people, interact with the people, dialogue with the people, how to build a better India for our better future. That's why we put the slogan, we want a better tomorrow. Now the situation has to be improved. In what areas, in what way, what are the methods? These are to be discussed in the state committee. Though it is a all India coordinated program, every state is independent to plan for its own program. What is the future of Andhra? You have to discuss. What is the situation in Andhra now? So one side we are discussing about the situation in India, we have to discuss the situation in Andhra. From this, how to progress, how to improve the situation in Andhra. So it must be a state-specific program. Our Joint Secretary, Comrade Gopinath, tell that you have to integrate the concepts of future of India in all your programs. If you conduct Sakmuki tests, their question paper must be based upon this. Some kind of questions must be there. That is the integration, indirectly. We have to integrate the ideas, contents, and the concepts in the Sakmuki test or talent test, or in the magazines you are preparing, a newsletter you are preparing, or the programs you are doing. You have to integrate the concepts of future of India into this. So that this year, wherever you are doing this program, it would be the future of India program. Under the heading, you can hear it, but usual program. The content will be from this future of India campaign. So far, every 2 years or 3 years, we have had so many nationally coordinated program with the different slogans, different themes. For this future of India, we have social justice, scientific timber, and self-reliance. We have been doing campaign or activities related to scientific timber and self-reliance over the years. But now a new area is found out, and that is called social justice. In all your campaign, you have to speak about the social justice, whether it is education or in health, whether it reaches the marginalized community. So, education, whether it is reach the oppressed community, or all the people or women, such kind of approaches to be integrated into your program. Instead of speaking broadly, you have to focus upon social justice aspect of the every program. We have to built-in program in the our ongoing JVV program. Next slide. So, just to remind of the earlier campaigns, it is called Hamara Desh. After the emergence of All India People's Science Network in 1988, we formed the network of organizations. Now there are nearly 40 member organizations are there. We are coordinating this member organization in different states by way of coordinate all India programs. The first one was Hamara Desh. It is around during the post-literacy period. There was a very big program. Actually, that Hamara Desh conclave was held at Hyderabad. At that time, we went, we conducted so many cycle rallies, etc. During that time, the Babri Masjid was demolished, and we gave the slogan for secularism and science. Hamara Desh. And also after that, we had Desko Jano, Desko Badalo program based upon the experiences of the Kerala decentralized planning. We want to take this decentralized planning of Kerala through our member organization to different states, which is also very successful after the 72 and 73rd amendment for Panchayat Raj amendment, which was also a well-coordinated program. Our People Sense Movement activists are participated. Another one is Millennium Dialogue. On the dawn of the 21st century, we started this program, Millennium Program, by what would be the future of the millennium. That is Sustainable Development Goals. At that time, United Nations released the Sustainable Development Goals, SDG goals. Around 32 goals they have released. We concentrated on the sustainable development of goals. Now it is reduced to 17 goals. Sustainable Development Goals is 17. So there was a dialogue related to the Sustainable Development Goals. Another one is Sabka Desh, Hamara Desh. It was started during the 2016 and 17, based upon the misleading development of the ruling class and its ideologies. Once this government has taken the rule of the country, there was crisis in development, and also there is a ideological fight is going on. Based upon this, we did Sabka Desh, Hamara Desh. This had a very big gathering at Bhopal, People's Festival, where the different, even JVV Andhra, they brought a great contingent for this program. Then Scientific Temper Campaign, 2018 onwards, we are organizing Scientific Temper Campaign to remember the killing of Dr. Narendra Dabholkar. On a specific date, August 20th, we are holding various programs. The Scientific Temper Day is now going on regularly every year. Regularly it is going on every year, and we are able to produce one Scientific Temper Declaration. It was a third declaration for the nation by All India People's Science Network. There are 3 Scientific Temper Declaration. One in 81 and in 2011. This is our 2024. 1981 declaration was formulated by B.N. Huxer. By government initiated Scientific Temper Declaration. This declaration has brought about the establishment of NCSTC, Vinyan Prasar, Children's Science Congress, various activities of the science popularity, because people need science communications, science popularization. Then only our scientific development will go. Our technological development will reach to the people. That's why these various bodies are formed only after the first declaration, 1986 onwards. That's why we have got the 1987 Bharat Jan Vigyan Jata. BJ is a continuum of the scientific declaration of 1981-86. So that declaration was followed by the then Congress government, and the science communication activities are going all over India. But after this NDA government was instituted, these bodies are dissolved. There is no Vinyan Prasar, there is no NCSTC. They don't want the science communication. They don't want science popularization. They don't want to spread science. That is the situation. And our declaration was held at Kolkata, 2024. We have given a clear-cut mandate for the government, for the people, and also for the scientific institutions. Now, following which is the 75 years of independence. During the 75 years of independence, we also celebrated it in a different way. What are the achievements and what are the failures or challenges, how to move? We have identified nearly 12 topics: science and women, agriculture, self-reliance, scientific temper. Now we have prepared the materials, and that was also successful. Now we are going to release that book, 70 Years of Independence, our material, as a document, as a record. What happened to 75 years in India from the PSM perspective. From the PSM perspective, that will also have a very good program. That will continue as a scientific declaration, Kolkata Declaration. Next. So this is a follow-up of the 75 years of independence campaign, 2022-21. Then following which we are taking as the All India coordinated program. It's an All India campaign after these 75 years of independence. Here we can, in the 75 years of independence, we analyzed the situation and disseminated to the people. This is the situation of India after 75 years. What is the status of education? What is the status of health? What is the status of environment? What is the status of industries, agriculture? What is the role of women during the 75 years? We have analyzed this and we put forward. But in this campaign, the Future of India campaign will focus upon studies, ideas and alternatives, the campaigns, grassroots activities to change the policy of the government. We will focus upon the various issues at the micro level or at the grassroots level, and we have to find out the alternatives, and also we have to have the demonstrative examples. By this campaign, we can have a demonstrative example. For example, quality of education is very poor. What is the demonstrative mechanisms for the improvement of the quality of education? We have to study first the quality of education is there. Is there any quality of education or quality decline or improved? Then what is the reason for the quality of education decline? We have to analyze. For which we have to put alternatives. Instead of speaking on quality of education, etc., we have to make demands or alternatives, whatever it may be. That is the focus of this campaign. Next slide. I think these are the areas that will be dealt with our comrade Gopinath. Objectives of the campaign. One, they engage people across regions and social groups. and the livelihood issues is one of the issues to be addressed by the Future of India campaign. Second one is strengthen scientific temper, critical thinking, and resistance to pseudoscience and misinformation. This is an era of pseudoscience and misinformation. Distortion of history, distortion of philosophy, distortion of history, distortion of science, distortion of politics, etc. is going on. So, only by scientific approach and scientific temper, we can clear all these mysteries. Defend pluralism, diversity, and constitutional values. Create people-rooted knowledge through assessments, dialogues, and people's reports. There are a lot of people's initiatives for the issues. Whether even there are many associations or whatever the groups, they are finding solutions. For example, there was a destruction of coral reefs in Gulf of Mannar in our area, Ramanathapuram district. There are no sea grasses. Sea grasses have gone. When the sea grasses have gone, the dugong, the sea cow will disappear. The mammal, a big mammal depending upon the whole biodiversity will be lost. So certain groups of people are working on how to improve the sea grass in the bed. There are groups working in that area how to bring back the corals. Now corals are destroyed. Corals are dying. There must be extinction of corals because of the global warming, temperature, etc. But there are people working on this. There's a lot of smaller works are going on at the grassroots level. Like that, we have to also find out alternatives for anything like that. Then, based on this, we have to build up a national narrative or dialogue to change the policy of the government. There are 4 areas. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nearly 6 areas. These are the areas where we see the problems. Issues are there. First, in education, mainly the quality of school education is not up to the level, both in the government school as well as in the private schools. The quality of education. The quality of education depends upon the policy of education policy, curricular policy, and also implementation area. These three are necessary for the quality of education. But if you see the quality of education, because of the people feel that government schools are not giving quality of education, that's why the enrollment in government school is coming down. People see there is no quality of education, but people see there is a quality of education in the private schools. So the enrollment in government schools are reduced, but the enrollment in private schools are increased, 45% increase of enrollment, except Kerala, where they bring back the children from private school. Every year they bring thousands of private school children to the schools. How it is possible? They develop the school equal to the private school, equal to the private, whatever the infrastructure, what are the teaching quality available in private schools, Kerala is able to give. That's why they bring every year thousands of children. After COVID, they have brought 1 lakh children to the government school, because children are not able to pay to the private schools. So, hence, the quality of education to be increased at the school level. How? The quality is lacking in the government school because of poor infrastructure and poor teaching appointments. This is a major cause. But this is a policy issue. Even new educational policy, you can see cluster of schools. Nearly 80,000 schools have been closed all over India. government schools. In future, we can see neighborhood school proposal by Kothari is almost over. Schools are moving away from the people. Government school, but private schools are coming closer to the people. Government schools are moving away, farther away, because many of the schools are closed and they are merged. In Andhra, the whole school system is completely attacked and collapsed by various methods. I attended the teachers' conference at near Vaisak. Very big gatherings. Nearly 3,000, 5,000 teachers from UTF participated, where I met Dr. Balasubramaniam, former MLC. Very good gathering, where we discussed about the NEP. Dr. Lakshmana was also there, I think, at that time. Near Visakhapatnam. I forgot their name. Kakinada. It was a very big gathering. But we are not able to intervene in the policy of the government. We are not able to stop the new education policy in Andhra Pradesh. Here many of the schools are merged. The 5+4+4+3 scheme has been adopted. All total implementation of the new education policy in Andhra. And also in the higher education also, Dr. Balu, the Government Teacher Association, he was in IFACTO. I met him at Madurai. He was telling that the total privatization to the private. They give money to the students for the higher education. They can join anywhere. Is it so? Sir? In Andhra, each student is given money. 15,000. They can join either in government college or in even it was told that whatever the fees they are joining the colleges, they can get it from the government. Is there? Reimbursement. So the government money is going to the private instead of going to the state government schools or colleges. It is going to the private. This is called neoliberalization. This is neoliberalization, helping the corporate to run all the services. Liberalization at the time of Manmohan Singh, where government and public and private was there. Private was given freedom to have all types of services. But here, government withdraw from all services, only private are doing the services, educational services or health services, whatever it may. This is called neoliberalization. That's why they are giving money to the students. Instead of strengthening the government schools or government colleges, they are closing down. It is happening in West Bengal also. Nobody is going to government colleges. Even very famous universities are having no enrollment in arts and science colleges because the private colleges are giving courses which are attractive to the people, but that course is not useless. They are useless courses, but they are attractive to the students. So many of the students are going to the private institutions, paying hefty money, and the university are having lesser enrollment. There are no enrollments for literature, chemistry, physics. Even in Tamil Nadu also, there are no enrollment for mathematics or physics. They are going for job-oriented courses, technical courses. By this, they are indirectly closing down all the government institutions and favoring the corporates. Educational system. The education became a corporatized. Corporatization means from needle to steel. This is corporatization. They have UKG, LKG, primary, secondary, then higher studies, agriculture, law, medical, engineering. business management, all will be captured by one company or one group. This is called corporatization of education. Earlier, medical colleges, engineering colleges are not given to the private. By new educational policy, they have given the merger of the colleges. There is called multidisciplinary institutions and multidisciplinary courses. You can see an engineering college started earlier. Now you have a law college inside, veterinary college inside, medical college inside, BDS inside, law college inside, management studies inside. All things in one campus. This is called corporatization. And everything is sold as a commodity. You can join law, you can join any course, interdisciplinary course, etc. Thus too, the corporates are allowed to harvest the money from the people. There is a there's in the privatized models we can see this. This is a issue. This is today's India. Today's India is this. What would be the future of India? How are we going to face this? For example, and also it is very sad that the central institutions are getting more funds, but the state universities are not getting any funds. So automatically the state universities in due course of time will be closed. But, the student of a central institution get 18 times funding for the ordinary student who is studying in the government college. Those students studying in IIT, IIM, NICER, ICER, etc., they are supported heavily by the central government. For example, of the 50,000 crore, 28,000 crore goes to central institutions only. Last budget, 50,000 crore allotted for higher education, of which 28,000 goes to the central institutions. For the state universities, roughly 2,000 crore. But state universities and state colleges are more in number. But the amount allotted to state universities only around 2,000 crore. But for like few institutions, they will get nearly 28,000 crore. Actually, state government is spending for our higher education around 88,000 for higher education, but central government is spending only 10%, only to the central institutions. They are not worried about the state universities, state colleges. Even in our area, my university professors are not paid salary regularly because of non-availability of fund. There is no fund allotted to the state university. This is the issue in higher education. In also health, day by day, public health system is going down and the privatization is increasing. We are spending only 2.5% of GDP for health. We want 6% GDP for the health, but only 2.5. But globally, 6% is spent for health programs. Here it is only 2.5. The out of pocket expenses, we are having out of pocket expenses around 70%. Only 30 rupees by the government and 70 rupees from our pockets. So the government designed in such a program to give insurance. I will pay the money, you can go anywhere. Insurance, health insurance. The health insurance money all going to the private. So how the government money is directed towards the private medical institutions. Instead, this whole amount of medical insurance may be spent for the state health services and can be improved. Here also we can see health as a commodity and it is privatized. Another one is environmental degradation. In India, the situation now is nearly 4,000 square kilometer forests are destroyed for the past 10 years. 4,000 square kilometer destroyed. In 2021 and 23, between the 2 years, we can see a massive destruction of forests. Now the government policy promotes the forest destructions. They have amended the forest law, they have amended the environment assessment law, they have amended the water law. All the laws have been amended. We had a very big campaign on the Environmental Impact Assessment Act. For establishing a factory in a place, you have to get environmental assessment, and you have to conduct a public inquiry. But you need not conduct public inquiry. That law is taken away. You can establish any factory without the consultation of the people, without the consultation of the panchayat. The public hearing system, that is also taken. So during this period, the laws are helpful for the environmental degradation. Andaman Nicobar Islands are being destroyed. Nearly lakhs of trees will be destroyed, and a very big project is going on. Infrastructure building project is going on. What they say is, if the 80,000 trees are cut in the Andaman, we can plant in Uttar Pradesh. What is this nonsense? How can a natural forest will be formed by artificial tree planting? Artificial tree planting never form a forest. Such a type of fast degradation, environmental degradation is going on. Because of the deforestation and infrastructure development, we could see landslides all over in the hill regions. Even in Kerala, Uttarakhand, northeastern hill, Assam, there are landslides because of the undeveloped plan. Nearly thousands of people died due to landslides. Here, if you see the air emissions, what is the status of air emissions in India? In 2024, the air emissions increased to 8%. 8% increase of air pollution. There is 10 times greater than the WHO standard. There is a standard for air quality in Delhi, Chennai, Hyderabad, Vijayawada, etc. Air quality. That air quality is 10 times worse than the WHO standards. And we can see water is also polluted. In rivers, 300 areas of rivers are severely polluted, from Ganga to Kaveri, whatever it may be. And also our 72% of the sewage is not treated at all. There is no treatment for the sewages. This is another problem. And we are giving out nearly solid waste is greater. Every day we release 170,000 metric tons of solid waste, particularly plastics. Plastics are around 26,000 metric tons. Plastics we are releasing to the environment. Such a heavy damage we are doing to the land, water and air. That is the environmental degradation. How are we going to address this environmental degradation? With reference to all India level, but you have to plan for local issues. I think some environmental group is very active in Andhra. They are doing the wonderful activities. Like that, we have to carry out this. What would be the environmental issues we have to address at the Andhra? This is an overall all India scene. But how many areas of rivers are polluted in Andhra? How much garbages are thrown? You have to take studies, etc. through this Future of campaign and address to the people, and you can give policy document to the government. For example, in Tamil Nadu, in Madurai, there was a sand mining in a tank. That sand mining could not be done in the tank. It is full of clay soils. Only below the clay soil we can get the sand. Sometimes we will get sands. The collector has given the order to sand quarrying just to have 1 meter depth of digging. But that contractor digged up to 15 feet and took away a greater amount of sands. These are fossil sands. Here in Vijayawada, in Krishna, you can see the living sand. It is living. There are fossil sands where once rivers ran. On that, when the rivers dried, local people in the earlier ancient times converted into tanks. So sands are below the tanks. Now we intervened in it, and with several studies, how much sand is taken away, which depth they have taken away, what would happen. Then we stopped the sand mining there. Whole Madurai district, we stopped the sand mining in the tank area, not in the river area. So such a type of local intervention is needed. The people are very happy. And collector issued order not to, even it is legally you cannot take sand in the tank. It is violated. Only we have to study the laws in legal terms, and we have to address the issues. Now we have to, such a type of grassroots level activities needed. One more thing is another issue we are addressing at the national level is self-reliance. Self-reliance is independent of the foreign investment, independent of imports. We should have our own industries and manufacturing, etc. The self-reliance is always our heart of the program, right from the beginning. 1987 onwards, the self-reliance is the heart of our program. Now, the self-reliance is completely withdrawn by the government by a new program called Atmanirbhar. Atmanirbhar. This is Atmanirbharat. Atmanirbharat. This is entirely against the earlier self-reliance concept of Nehru and etc. Here we are getting parts. Instead of manufacturing India, we are having the assembling India. We are assembling. Our import is more than the export. How to reverse it? There are closure of public sectors. For example, Vizag steel. Vizag, you can see the steel plant is under threat. So always agitation is going on. People are struggling to protect it, but government is not at all interested to protect it. By disinvestment or selling the public, all the public sectors are being sold to corporates, Air India to shipping corporation, etc. By which they have accumulated money. By selling this public sector, they have accumulated the money. That money was again given to the corporates. Government has given money to Tata to buy Air India. Instead of Tata buy Air India by his own money, government is giving money to buy the Air India. Thus, our public sectors are being closed, weakened, and private sectors are emerging in all the fields. If the private sectors are emerging and the public sector are closed, the social justice point is closed here. We can get appointments in public sector by way of social justice, reservation, etc. When once private sectors are coming, automatically our social justice is gone. This is the interest we have to address to the people. Why we want to protect the public sectors? These are the issues you have to find it. Another one is attack on scientific temper. This is another major issues in India. The severe attack on the scientific temper. And also they are promoting pseudoscience. For example, the plastic surgery, Pillayar, that is Ganapati. Ganapati, the elephant head was fit into the human body. This is a plastic, we have the plastic surgery since time immemorial. Then the Gauravas are cloned by stem cell theory. And Andhra Pradesh Vice Chancellor, former Vice Chancellor, told in the Science Congress that a lot of airports are there in Sri Lanka. At that Ramayana period, there are aircrafts. Their aircraft goes from one planet to the other planet, not within the country or within the globe. It goes from one planet to the interplanetary aircrafts. Such a type of pseudoscience is spread by the people, by this government also. And we can see promotion of superstitions by the government itself. If any sannyasi or any religious people or any samyar can promote superstition, instead government itself. If the COVID during COVID-19 period, our Prime Minister told, you clap your hands or put torchlight above the sky. In Tamil Nadu, they are also, you have to drink Kapasura Kudineer, some Mulihai. But virus cannot be cured by Kapasura Kudineer, whatever Kudineer. If this type of superstitions are being spread to the people because they are not able to provide health services. If they give the health services, there will be no superstitions. They are promoting superstitions to escape from the health services by the government. After independence, we have a lot of contagious diseases, smallpox, various diseases, TB, cholera. All these have been eradicated now because of the public health service system, because of our self-reliant production. We produced vaccines at Kunnur, at Kausali, at Hyderabad, at Chennai, various we have produced. Now there are no vaccine producing industries. We are borrowing the COVID-19 vaccine outside. We borrow the formula and do it. That is, they are promoting superstition to escape from the people's anger. Earlier, our forefathers or our grandfathers said that smallpox is due to our fat or to some other natural cause. But now nobody will tell. That kind of concept of superstition is eradicated by way of putting alternative pathways, medicines, vaccines. Now they want to bring back the same society with all superstitions. This is due to that God or whatever it may be. So superstition is another attack on scientific temper. And then they have distorted history. For example, Indus Valley civilization is the earliest civilization found in India. After that, the Vedic culture comes. They want to prove that Vedic civilization is ancient to Indus Valley civilization. That started in Vajpayee period itself. That the bull picture is converted into a horse picture. Actually, that West Asian people, Aryan language speaking, came by a horse. Horse is not native of India. It is brought from West Asia. So they distorted the history. Now they are distorting, for example, freedom struggle. There was a great role by Mahatma and Nehru. They put before the people the role of Savarkar. This is a distortion of history. and showing Mughal period as a dark periods in India. Instead of putting British India, they are putting Mughal period is a very darkest period in India, like that. And we can see revision of textbooks. Revision of textbooks, we can see this. For example, recently our education minister, Dharmendra Pradhan, said that there is no Greenwich Mean Time, only Ujjain Mean Time. Indians have the world clock system. Greenwich Mean Time, now he is putting forth the Ujjain Mean Time, Mahakal system. It was an ancient system that is scientific. Greenwich Mean Time is not scientific. So they are putting thus to promote the pride of false pride on India. There are why Greenwich Mean Time is taken as a global time. There are reasons. There are scientific reasons where the meridian is 0 degree. But Ujjain has no 0 degree meridian. Actually, Indian Standard Time itself is not based upon Ujjain. It is based upon Uttar Pradesh, Mirzapur or something else. Indian Standard Time. It is not Ujjain. So, scientifically, there is an Indian Standard Time, Greenwich Mean Time, scientifically approved by various conferences. They are not bringing directly. By approved by scientists, international conferences, etc., etc., it is approved. Now they are Greenwich Mean Time is not at all the universal time. You follow our Ujjain time. Like that, we can see a lot of misinformations, and also the science is communalized. For example, removal of Darwin. Darwin chapter is removed from the 10th standard, up to 9th and 10th standard book. Then periodic table is removed from the secondary schools. Periodic table has been removed. Why they remove periodic table? Why they remove Darwin? So far, by studying Darwin, we had some knowledge of evolution. Today, Venkatesan and myself, we had a very strong dialogue with one person, a senior retired person in the who was traveling with us. He tells us to read Gita. You will get all things done. It's a strong argument was going then and there. Then we put for the evolution of living beings. Then only he started convincing. This scientific method of argument, Darwin's theory, is removed because in future time, earlier we thought that we are the product of God. Now Darwin's theory and other natural theories proved that it is an evolutionary process. The periodic table, nearly 100 and odd elements are there. We know the physical properties, chemical properties, etc., etc. Why they remove? If they remove, people may not understand which element is important, which element is good, which element is bad. In Madurai, there was a great struggle. One hill, on smaller hill regions. They want to mine it, but it has rich heritage. It is approved as a biodiversity area. They want to take rare earth elements by destroying all these reserved forests and agriculture, etc. Since they know the importance of the agriculture and etc., and also the value of the minerals also, they stopped. It was stopped by a severe agitation. Like that, if we don't know the importance of the metals and other etc., it is easy for mining. So they remove the importance of chemistry. We are so far educated on Panchabhutas. Panchabhutas are the elements, 5 elements only. But periodic table shows there are more than 100 elements. They bring back the very old knowledge to the people. In higher education also, they are introducing Vedic astrology, Vedic mathematics, Vastu Sastra, everything is there. They have introduced by Indian knowledge system, by way of Indian. These are the Indian knowledge system. It is a inherited knowledge of the India, specific to India. There are a lot of discussions are going on. Pythagorean theorem is invented in India. Zero is discovered by India. But it is a combination of various cultures. Though we may initiate at first, finalized by next scientists. It is a collective work of the science. We started, we did not put zero. We put only dot. That is the starting point of zero. But the name cipher was given by Arab. Finally, the sign of zero is given by Arab, European, Indo-Europe number system, Arabic Euro system, Indo-Arabic numerical system. But these people say that zero originated from, the existing zero is originated, it is a starting point of India. Pythagorean theorem also, it is originated from India. Say that it is found in Vedas. But they started building this smaller yoga sala, etc. by some geometrical methods. But finally, it goes through Chinese, and then it started from Greek. So no one has claimed the nationality of science. It is internationalism. We got to speak internationalism. It's a contribution of science by internationalism. So this is the areas we got to intervene. Even in school teachers can intervene when we are asked to write about textbooks. We got to very careful. In Tamil Nadu, I went for the textbook writing for the school. Wherever there are myths or mystery, etc., we have to remove it strongly. Unless we know what is myth and what is science, we cannot get a good quality book. Finally, another one is social justice. Here we can see by social justice means there is indiscrimination on the basis of caste, religion, gender, language, etc. So the indiscrimination should be removed. How? Then there should be affirmative action like reservations. Now almost the affirmative action is going to ban, will go in due course of time. When private institutions come, private industries come, private schools are coming, colleges are coming, automatically there will be no reservations. Reservation not only for caste and creed, but also for the disabled. There are schools, private schools, they won't admit the disabled students. But in government institutions, there are infrastructure to enable the disabled students study in government institutions. This is a social justice. Social justice part of the education. Then we need the protection of minorities. We know the situation of minorities in India nowadays. We have to give protection of minorities. And then welfare, social welfare schemes for the oppressed minorities, women, and etc. We can see there is a severe inequalities in assets. 1% of the population are having the 30% of the wealth. In case of severe inequalities in wealth holding. And also lesser representation of the people in various institutions, from Supreme Court to District Court, from Delhi office to state office. We can see there is no equality. Particular caste and etc. are dominating. Another issues we are taking is unemployment. Because this campaign must able to mobilize the youth. Formerly, our Suresh was the youth coordinator of Andhra Pradesh, JVV. This program, this All India Future of India, actually should focus upon the youth. How to mobilize the youth. Already we have conducted on youth workshops. So youth must be mobilized on the basis of various issues. First one, the unemployment is in severe crisis. There is a 7% increase in unemployment among the youth in 2026. We can see unemployment 45% among 20 to 24 age groups, 42% unemployed. And also agrarian unemployment is also going down. 46% agricultural laborers, they are not getting real wages, etc. And also this rural employment scheme is also almost closed. Mahatma Gandhi Rural Employment Guarantee Act is also watered down by way of state government has to pay 40% of finance. Earlier they have given 100%. Now the state government has to put 40%, central government will put 60%. So now the burden of finance is put on the state. Automatically they will drop down many of the programs. There is no there is no secured life. In India, there are 1.2 crore gig workers. Gig workers. You know what are gig workers? Uber, Ola, Flipkart. The various youths are mostly engaged in this day-to-day employment, delivering food, etc. The gig workers are 1.2 crore in India now. Self-employed is 55,000. You can see many of the youths are doing self-employed by very low income employment, enterprises, running catering services or any small services. This is also here. So many of the employment opportunities is informal, not secured, etc. You can see there is a great struggle at Noida. Thousands of laborers strike work and they become violent. Noida, they are contractual laborers, insecure. They are giving 10,000 or something else. They were demanding 30,000, 13,000, just like in Punjab. So the livelihood and employment are insecure. How are we going to address? So we have to take studies and surveys at the grassroots level and ask the people how to overcome this unemployment crisis, etc. These are the issues in the Future of India campaign. We are putting forth the current situation of India. You have to put forth the current situation in the state or current situation in the village, among the youth, among the women, among the school teachers, etc. And you have to find out the solutions and local activities, alternatives, and also action programs. There are a lot of national level, grassroots level programs, alternative programs are there. We can repeat the same in this area. With this, I will close. That's all. Thank you very much. If you want anything, you can also speak. What is the situation of India or what is the situation of Andhra Pradesh? We will discuss.
Second presentation.